Yo, what's up guys? Matty here from DCL Blogger. I thought I'd make a video on Roblox. So Roblox recently, I think last week sometime, they released their 2022 Metaverse Fashion Trend Report. Pretty mind-boggling, I have to admit. The numbers I'm seeing here is unfathomable to me. That's been in the the blockchain NFT metaverse space for the last 4 years. I mean, what's really happening out there with these Fortnites, these Robloxes, in terms of user bases, in terms of what they're doing economically and activity wise, just blows everything out of the water. Let's jump into it and look at what this report insights were, right? All right. So here's a report. Now you can download the whole thing. This is the Roblox blog. They continuously share what their findings are. And this is super interesting because they've got freaking 43 million people a month, I think, that check out Roblox, right? It's freaking insane the amount of people playing this game or exploring this space. Anyway, they put out a report, and you could download the whole report somewhere on this blog. Looks like this. So it's the whole report. You can go through the whole thing. I mean, it's pretty in depth. It goes through quite a lot of different points and percentages. They've done surveys and stuff, but the main points were summarized on this blog, right? So let's just sort of focus on this blog. Couple of interesting things with this. More than 11.5 million creators, 11.5 million creators designed over 62 million virtual clothing and accessory items on Roblox. These creators dressed millions of people all over the world, blah, 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 blah. But, whoa, hold on a second. 11.5 million creators. That's like, the next sentence puts this into perspective. That's 200 times as many creators designing clothing and accessories. That's 200 times of the people of fashion designers creating physical collections in the US. There's 200 times of that amount of people creating digital items. Pretty insane, right? If you keep going down, I mean, there's some notable brands: Gucci, Burberry, Tommy Hilfiger. Now, some of these have actually also gone to Decentraland, some of these other virtual spaces. But I think some brands, especially fashion brands, are realizing that, wait a second, we're looking at Roblox trends. We're looking at Fortnite skins. The biggest business is digital identity, right? Your skin. What the hell are you wearing in these spaces? How do you represent yourself? What do you want to look like? People love representing themselves and wearing cool things. I mean, you do that in the physical world, but in the physical world, there's a lot of people that just don't go out that often, right? They just stay home, they're introverted. But in the digital world, this society, this portion of the community will be in the digital world. You may not spend, hundreds of or maybe thousands of dollars on some physical fashion, but in the digital world, you might do it because suddenly you can wear that wherever you want, right? Anyway, let's keep going. So self-expression and inclusivity in digital fashion is essential for Gen Z. This one's quite interesting here. The vast majority of Gen Z who are active on Roblox said in our survey that they have customized their avatars, with half of them changing their avatar clothing at least once a week. At least every week they change their avatar clothing. So at least half of the people in Gen Z change their clothing, at least once a week. So that doubles it down, right? So like, you're not going to have just one piece of clothing. The person that's going to frequent these places is going to have a collection. You're going to have a wardrobe, a virtual wardrobe full of clothes. Quite fascinating, to be honest. In fact, 2 in 5 respondents said expressing themselves with clothing and accessories in the digital world is more important than expressing themselves in the physical world. Quite interesting. 47% express individuality, 43% feel good about themselves, 35% sure of their digital collection. There's some stats there that's quite interesting. This is pretty interesting. Over 157 million users on Roblox have already acquired both free and paid items, community created layered clothing items. So 157 million people. 157 million people, that's like 4 times the size of Australia. 7 in 10 consider inclusivity in digital clothing designs to be very or extremely important. People are expressing themselves through their avatar slide, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, super interesting of what's going on here. I mean, some of these numbers that's being thrown out here, tens of millions of people exploring with digital fashion. It's just insane. I mean, In our survey, 70% of Gen Z said their avatars dress at least somewhat like their IRL style, with equally as many, 70% saying they also get physical style inspiration from dressing their avatars. A Barbie core trend, which started on social media as part of the excitement for the upcoming Barbie movie or Y2K nostalgia, the Roblox community rushed to reflect these key 2022 fashion trends, both in creation of items and their avatar styling. So movies and culture in the real world is influencing digital fashion. Fascinating, very fascinating. Now, okay, we've said digital fashion is going to be a big deal. I mean, obviously Roblox skins and Roblox and Fortnite skins are crushing it. These don't even have to be NFTs. Look, the reality is that this industry is existing and people are very happy, very conscious, very happy in doing this, as is, with no NFTs, no blockchain stuff whatsoever. But there's some interesting numbers that should be paid attention to. And I think some companies are very confused as to what the heck to do in this space, right? Because on the one hand, you've got Decentraland wearables that have done 40,000 Ethereum worth of volume. I mean, today's value, that's about 60 million US dollars. Right? And you've got, you know, some collections like, you know, Artifact and Atari early shoes are over here. I mean, the cheapest ones sell for 235 mana, which is about a couple hundred US dollars. You got ferocious shoes. So like for collectors, it makes sense. For people that want to buy items and have this digital good economy where they're buying items and then maybe they're using those items across different places, or maybe they just have they feel it to be more digitally tangible. I don't know how to explain it, right? But I mean, 60 million US dollars is not easy to ignore. So suddenly companies are like, wait a second, is the NFT thing going to be a big deal? Or is Roblox, where there's no NFTs, or Minecraft that have ditched NFTs, going to be a big deal? So they're experimenting everywhere. If NFTs do become a big deal, then the digital economy is going to blow up massively. Now, I am never going to buy a digital item in Roblox, right? The only reason I go and explore Decentraland, because as a collector, I would love a digital shoe that I own from Ferocious or Artifact or any other artist or brand that I love, that I have, that I can sell, that I can collect, that I can keep with me, use it across the web and sell it on a marketplace like OpenSea, because it's similar to selling it on eBay. And I think when you part with your money in the digital world, especially when it comes to digital items, you sort of want something that feels tangible, something of collector value that may appreciate in value, that you can sell to someone else, that you can keep with you and show that you have this item. I mean, I don't know. I've never played Roblox that much before. I mean, I played a little bit with my sister-in-law who was like 12 at the time. But I mean, I never played it that much. So I don't know the generation there that's splurging money on this. Let's kind of see how much people have spent on Roblox. So Roblox spending 2022. How much money does Roblox have in 2020? $22 billion net worth. How much did Roblox make? So the revenue in 2021 was $1.9 billion in revenue, right? I would assume a lot of that came from skins and stuff. So Fortnite revenue 2021, $5.8 billion in revenue. Okay. I mean, that eclipses anything that's happening in the NFT side. Let's see what happens, right? On the one hand, like I said, you've got these fascinating numbers of user bases starting to utilize these virtual worlds that have nothing to do with blockchain. On the other hand, you have this emerging technology like VR, AR, XR, blockchain, all of these things that might connect at some point. And those that find that connection and figure out how to make it, they're going to be the next Roblox, right? Either Roblox will do it or someone else will come in and merge these together and suddenly make it make sense to the masses, and suddenly billions will rush through this specific world where people will exist and use digital items. And every iteration, every experiment, today it's Roblox and Fortnite. In 10 years, it may be some other ones that become big because of certain reasons. But hey, it is really happening. So very interesting report. Take a look at it. You can just search it on the blog and download the report yourself. Read the whole thing. I'll put a thread on it on my Twitter, and let's see what happens. Digital fashion to me is super exciting. Like, I think digital fashion is going to be, I think it's going to be the biggest industry in the NFT space. I think digital fashion is going to be the biggest virtual bloody industry in the whole metaverse. I honestly think that. I mean, the only money that Fortnite generates is from Fortnite skins, and it's in 5.8 billion US dollars. I mean, it's insane to think about how much that's generating. Now, if there was a secondary market to that, I can't believe how much more crazy it would get. Okay, anyway, so that's a summary from me of the Roblox Digital Fashion Report. Take care, guys.